So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about Flipkart Grid, which is your opportunity to get a job or an internship with Flipkart. And the best part, this is open for all genders, all colleges, all branches, and you can earn a lot of cash prizes through this also. And this is going to be the most detailed video. So there are lots of videos available, but I think this one is going to be the most detailed one. And applications are open, so check out the links in the description. I'll also provide some other links, so do check that out. And for all of this discussion, we have with us Hrushikesh, who not only cleared, who won the Flipkart Grid Hackathon last year. That's in 2023. So his team was the first one in the software engineering track. So I think he's a perfect person to tell us all about, how to get started, how to prepare, how did he go from, the idea and everything, and he also got an internship and a full-time offer through that. So welcome, Rushikesh.
Hi, Amisha. Thanks a lot for having me. So, just an introduction to your audience. My name is Hrushikesh Kachgunde. I'm from DY Patil Institute of Engineering Management and Research. And as you mentioned, me and my team, along with Prathamesh Parit and Deepak Gupta, we won the software development track for the Flipkart Grid.
And one more thing, that he's currently working as a software engineer at Flipkart, which is an opportunity that he got through Flipkart Grid. Okay, so without wasting any further time, Rishikesh, first of all, tell me what is Flipkart Grid and why should someone participate in it?
Yeah. So, at this point of time, I would say most of you would already know about what Flipkart Grid is. But to give you an overview, so Flipkart Grid is a hackathon for which all over India people can participate. So not only like other, it is open for everyone, as you mentioned. It is open for boys, girls, and open for all engineering streams, as well as from first year to final year. So Flipkart brings in some of their interesting problem statements that they are facing in their current industrial needs, and Flipkart expects students to come up with innovative ideas to solve these problems, and also potentially find some great talents within this 4 years of uh, branches which are available here. Yeah.
Okay. And why should someone apply for it? What are the benefits of applying to Flipkart Grid?
First of all, you get a lot of experience, like having solving these problems. You get mentored by the Flipkart engineers itself. Next is you get better opportunities. So this is a very good chance for tier 3 students to get a chance of for applying for a package of around 32 lakhs. That's the CTC they offer, and you also get a 6-month internship rollout. So it's on you. We had an option whether we wanted to do internship and then full time, or just the internship, and then if you get another offer, you can continue with that offer as well. Cash prizes is also something that is a very attractive part here. Like the winners get EGB worth of 1 lakh rupees, and the runners up get EGB worth of 75,000 rupees. So EGB stand for electronic gift vouchers. You will get 1 lakh rupees worth of coupons where no taxation would be applied on it. You will be able to spend all of that money only on the Flipkart website itself. So that's the catch there.
Okay, and also you'll get career opportunities. So you can get internship, and the internship stipend is very good. It's 1 lakh per month.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I interned at Flipkart, so it's a great company to intern at. You'll get to learn a lot of things. And as Rishikesh mentioned, for SD1, the role compensation is at around 32 LPA CTC.
Yes.
So with that, and anyone who qualifies for level 2, so we'll discuss this further, will get a chance to be in the hiring process. So even if you don't win the hackathon, you still have a chance to be in the hiring process, and of course you'll get to learn a lot of things. So that is the benefit. So coming to the important part, what is the eligibility? Who all are eligible? Which years are eligible, and so on.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier as well, so all for the engineering streams, all engineering streams are allowed. Like it doesn't matter you don't have to be specifically from the CS or IT branches. Any branch can apply to any of the streams. Like Flipkart Grid is available in software development track. Then there's robotics track, IT track, security track. You can from any stream you can apply to any of those tracks. Next, for the years, like it is available, like anyone can apply from first year to final year, but the only thing that the basic criteria is that you have to be a college student. So currently the 2024 batch won't be able to apply. Everyone below 2025 can.
Okay, and apart from that, you can register in teams of 1 to 3 people.
Yeah.
So you can also register solo. You can register with teams of 3. Cross specialization teams are like you don't need to be from the same branch. You can also form teams with people from different colleges. So if you have friends in different colleges, you can form a team. And then as batch 2024 is not allowed, and yeah, and one person cannot be a part of more than one team. So you cannot just decide to be a part of multiple teams. That is not allowed. So coming to the next question, what is the program structure and what are the different tracks?
Yeah, so specifically speaking, like there are 4 tracks in Grid. One is the software development track, which we participated in. The other tracks are robotics and information security track. So usually, if you look at the way the people like how people like apply to this. So for the software development track, you will find most of the people applying. Last year, it was around more than 3 lakh or 4 lakh plus. And for other tracks, the people are a bit less. So you can try there as well.
Okay, so there are 3 tracks, not 4.
Yeah, okay. So,
Okay, so and what is the program structure like? What are the different rounds that are there?
Okay, so the rounds are usually round 1, round 2, and round 3. The round 1 is a basic round where you will have MCQs, and then round 2 is a kind of project level round where you will have to submit a prototype, and then based on that prototype, you will be shortlisted for the national finale, where only 9 teams will qualify, and you will come where Flipkart engineers will sit and they will judge you, and on that basis, the top 2 teams from each track will be selected. And last year, I would like to also share this. Last year, the number of people that sat for the exam, that was for round 1, it was more than around 4 lakhs people were there. And we didn't had only round 1, but we had 2 rounds in round 1. So we had round 1.1 with round 1.2. So sometimes that might also happen. So with us, what happened was they selected around 16,000 teams for round 1.2, and from those 16,000 teams, 2,000 to 3,000 teams were shortlisted. So you will have to be prepared for the 1.2 round as well.
Got it, got it. So yeah, so coming to the most important round, that is round 1. As you said that from in fact I searched, so it's 4.7 lakh people almost applied. From
Yes.
that to coming to the top 2 or 3,000. So I
Yeah.
think the first round is the most important, and the applications are open. So let's talk about the first round. What is it? It's an e-commerce and tech quiz round. So tell me more about it.
Yeah, so basically the first point where it starts is formation of team. You will have to find a team that is more centered towards computer science. It is open for all streams, but you will have to be aligned with the computer science fundamentals. So the basic 3 things we all know, that is CS, OOP, and CNOOP and DBMS. So more to the more side, they ask like OPS questions, like OOPS questions, and DBMS. And it's always like there will be questions like DSA type of questions, kind of you'll be given a tree and you will have to find the pre-order traverser, or you will be given a stack and then you will have to find what would be the next number. So these kind of questions, basic questions, but you will have to solve them in that stipulated time. And now they have also added this new criteria, like in last rounds this criteria was not there. They have added that if you solve the like if you attempt the quiz before like other teams, and if your team scores match, then the team who has firstly given the quiz will be prioritized more over the other teams. So you can have a better look at the all those things there over the official website. And also one more thing I would say is that they have one more thing: accuracy plus speed. When we, like me and my teammates, when we were approaching this, our main aim was that we were not going behind the speed. We wanted to accurately answer more of the questions. So for the questions like pre-order questions or tree questions that are very easy to solve, we won't waste much time on this. But some questions would include some calculation, so we would take a step back. We won't choose a direct any answer. We would take time, solve it. It would cost us some speed time, but we would go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you will get the speed points only if your answer is correct, right? If the answer is
Yeah,
wrong, then
that
even
is
if you submit very fast, it does not matter.
yes.
So that makes sense. And one important thing to keep in mind is that all the team members, so as I said, team size is 1 to 3. So if whatever team size you have, all the members have to attempt, and the average of the marks will be taken. So if you are 3 people,
Yes.
all 3 will have to apply, and the average marks will be considered. So you need to make sure that every one of you gets the quiz goodly. It's not like one person is getting full marks, other is just doing nothing. That's not
Mm.
going to help. And then what are the questions? Like coming to the questions, so you've mentioned some, but what are the different things? So one thing is like e-commerce trivia and so on. So can you elaborate a bit further on that?
For the e-commerce review, I would say these questions are like typical questions lying around Flipkart background, like what is the Flipkart's main sale, that is the big billion days. Then there are some Flipkart programs which like Flipkart also has suggested on the Unstop website itself that you can get all of this information from here. You just have to check the Flipkart stories and you would be good for that. The main problem is coming to the CS fundamental part. So there is where you will have to actually work on. You will have to work on your OOPS, DBMS, CN, and DSA. DSA not in particular the coding part, but the like MCQ kind of question, as I mentioned. Like you will be asked pre-order, some stack related questions, some questions related to time complexities, and all those things. And also you can expect some SQL questions as well.
And what was the time given to you?
In 30 minutes, I guess you'll have to solve 25 questions or something.
Okay, so that keeps changing. So that's fine. And yeah, and there's a stories.flipkart.com. So I'll put the link in the description. So where you can read about the e-commerce. So I can share some questions that I was asked in Flipkart Runway. That is also another program by Flipkart. So they
Yes.
asked that, what are Flipkart delivery partners called? So they are
Hmm.
called Wishmasters. So that is something you will not know. And then
We
Big Billion Days,
about
of
their
course.
startup program also. Sometimes they ask that what's their startup accelerator program called. So it's leap.
Leap.
That kind of questions. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So that I think if you read a little, and plus I'll also put 2 or 3 links. So there's a doc based on previous questions. There's another website. So I'll put all those links in the description. So do check that out. And yeah, I remember when I gave the quiz. I also gave the Flipkart Grid quiz, although I was not selected. But yeah, I had C, Java, C++. There were like DSA questions can be asked in whichever language. So they can
Yes.
ask you that, okay, given a snippet, what is the error in this? What is the output of this? And that can be in Java. That can be C, C++. So no guarantee there.
It would be
Then
similar to like other OAs which people might have already given now. So it would be similar to that. MCQ questions asking. Yeah.
And were you asked aptitude questions also?
Aptitude, I don't think so. Like aptitude, mostly everything will be aligned towards the CS and e-commerce tree route. Aptitude won't be that.
Okay. And if you have some idea about the other tracks, like you're talking about software engineering track,
Yeah.
so robotics track and like information security track. So in these two, were the first round similar or was it different? How was it?
No, almost similar. Yeah. A little, I think for the robotics round, the questions were not that much focused on the CS fundamentals part. A little different types of questions were asked there. And I don't remember exactly, but different questions were there. Like there were some questions from CS fundamentals as well, but the dependency of CS fundamentals on the SD track is more than on these other tracks. For IT and health, yeah, you will be asked these kind of questions, and in health track you will also be asked like questions like general knowledge questions like in India, what is the health related only, some scheme related questions or something like that.
Anything else that you think of, like any other tips that you'd like to give for the first round?
Basically, like in our case, the 1.2 round is something that was very unexpected for us, and I would like to talk more about that. So for the 1.1 round, we always had this in our mind that we have to get it done faster because speed was something which is essential there because a lot of students are applying. But in the round 1.2, you already have only 16,000 people, like 16,000 teams, I would say 16,000 teams, and then from those 16,000 teams, 2,000 to 3,000 teams are selected. So in that case, I would suggest you to focus more on the accuracy rather than speed, because that is the time when like in during my college as well. So a lot of teams, around 8 to 10 teams qualified from our college for the 1.2 round. But out of those 8 to 10, only one, I guess, yeah, only one was, we were the only one that qualified, only because we were more focused on the accuracy part. And as Amisha mentioned as well, that it's more important that you have to get the question correct. If you don't get the question correct, then speed doesn't matter. If you answer it wrong, it won't count.
And one more thing that I'd like to mention, this is very interesting. So back when I gave it, I think it was 2022 or 2021, I don't exactly remember. So one of my friends, like he got a call or I think an email from Flipkart recruiter just based on the first round. So he cleared the Flipkart grid quiz. And since
Okay.
my college is, I think it depends on the college also, I'm not sure. So or maybe his resume was good, whatever the reason. So he got this specific, email that do you want to give an interview? So directly based on just one, online round, he got that interview opportunity. He had a better offer in hand, so he did not go ahead with that. But I am just saying that just giving the
That's it.
quiz is also helpful.
Yes, yes.
So that is something they don't openly share, but
Uh-huh.
that is what happened. So great, good to know that. Now coming to the next round, what was the submission round, idea submission round, and how did you guys go about it?
Yeah, so I'll just brief you about my background for that second round. So, like in the second round, there were three problem statements that were given to us. If we were to name them, then one was a conversational fashion outfit generation problem statement. The other was a product recommendation problem statement, and the third one was a blockchain related problem statement. So, if you realize, these are some particular domain related problem statement. One is a blockchain related. One is an typical generative AI problem statement. One is a MLDS kind of problem statement. And we as so I would suggest you to take a problem statement which is more stronger towards your domain. For example, we come from a like our degrees artificial intelligence and data science. We were from the AI and data science bachelors. So for us, generative AI and MLDS problem statements were more better for us. So that's why we considered them. And eventually we realized that the generative AI part is something that is more important, like more like we have worked more on it, we have done more projects on it. So that's how we decided our problem statement from the three, which one to choose. Next, we like there's a website called paperswithcode.com. We would like every day we would just go around those websites and go around those research papers and check what latest things have come in. And then that website is, if you could just if you could visit that website, you will realize there are GitHub links as well. So any research paper they are uploading there, then associated link GitHub link is also present. So that way we would able to get that code integrated with our system and then get it everything working well. Then we also followed typical software engineering life cycles. Like we had this agile kind of thing, not exactly agile, but we used to we divided the task in such a way that most of our time was getting utilized. Because you would if I remember correctly, 2nd of August was something where we got the confirmation mail that we are selected for the round 2. And then from there we had the last submission time for us was 19th of August. So it is kind of less than like 2 to 3 weeks of time. And in that time it's very difficult for you to, like, you will at least take 3 to 4 days just to understand the problem statement. Like in our case, most of them did a mistake. Like if you just go to GitHub and you will search for grid current, like whatever problem statement is there, you just put the name of that and then GitHub, you will find other people, they are pushing their code. So you have to keep that in mind. Don't make all of your code public. So the mistake they were all doing was that our problem statement was conversational fashion outfit generation. So everyone was building something around LLMs and chatbots, but actually it was a problem statement of outfit generations. So you will have to use stable diffusion. So these kind of small things that will be neglected in the problem statement. You will get a proper detailed description. So go through it, spend some time over it, spend a good amount of time in understanding what the whatever the whoever has set the problem has like what he is expecting. Write it down. Like divide all the tasks equally between your teammates, and don't try to learn something don't try to go overboard. I would say don't do any over feature engineering kind of things. Focus on what they are expecting, and once you have listed down some 5 to 7 points that these are the jot down points that exactly match with the problem statement, first try building these and then move towards the next parts. So that would be a very crucial thing, I would say.
So one question, were you asked to submit the idea only, or did you have to also submit the solution, like the code and all?
They asked to submit a zip file. So whatever you can submit, even like as far as I remember, they don't expect you to code, but they expect a working demo or something, a presentation kind of thing is expected. And it's always better if you present something that is doable. So your chances of getting in are better. Like they don't expect, they have not never they have expect like explicitly mentioned that you have to be a working demo, like you will have to submit a working demo, but it's on you how do it. In our case we did a video and we submitted the code as well. Yeah.
Okay. And the ideas would be different, like the problem statements will be different for different tracks. I'm assuming that.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. For the robotics track, they expect a proper full-fledged working demo. They will call you, and you will be given a maze, and then there's a particular task that your robot has to do it. And on that basis, you will what level of task your robot is able to do. You will get scores, and whoever gets the highest score wins.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and yeah, and I think one general tip in is for, like, you should also try to think that what is the company trying to do in the future. So like what is the
Yes.
company's probably, if they are trying to go in a certain direction, you should also try to build something in that direction
The
as
more
compared to.
aligned, yeah, the more
Yeah,
aligned you will be with the company's goals and like how the company does other things, that makes your chances good. Yeah.
got it. So coming to, so after this round there's a grand finale round, so how many people get selected for that, and how is the, you know how is the process, and is this the round where you get the PPO and PPI opportunities, or can you get that directly via the last round, like the submission round? That is also something.
Yeah, so there are two cases here. One is like some people will be qualified for the second round, and then some people will like they will be eliminated in the round second itself. And only around 9 teams during our time, only 9 teams were qualified, 3 teams per track. So not per track, per this problem statements. For the SG track, there were 3 problem statements. So according to that, 3 3 are 9. They allowed 9 teams to present their ideas for each problem statement. And as you said, is there any other way? So yes, for round two, if you qualify, if you come till round two and you don't qualify to round three, like you are in round two, you submitted the prototype, then you will still get a chance to sit for the PPI and PPO opportunities at Flipkart. But then the level of hiring, like the hiring process is a bit different at round two, and the hiring process is a bit different at finale round three. For round two, you will have to if you are just at round two and you are eliminated, then you will have to give 2 PSDS round and 1 HM round. First one OA round will be given, like you will be given one OA, then 2 PSDS round. PSDS round stands for problem statement DS round, like the normal DS rounds, and the final round is a HM round. For the round three finale, people like everyone who qualifies for the round three, that's all the 9 teams. Those will be given a chance to directly sit for the one PSDS round and one HM round. You don't have to give one OA, and one extra PSDS round is omitted for you.
That's great. And what about the grand finale round? What happened there? You said 9 teams were there for software engineering. So how did it go? And tips for
Yeah,
that.
so for the like all the tracks, be it SG track, be it information security track and health track, all the finale rounds happen on the same day. The first chance is given to the SG tracks. 9 teams present. Each team will be given a chance, and what they do there is, uh, like usually if you see in other hackathons now, you'll see only 4 judges, which would be biased towards only one kind of domain. For example, if the judges are like AIML, they come from an AIML background, you will find only AIML people there. But this won't happen with Flipkart's grid. You will see the panel is very big. You will have around 7 to 8 judges from almost each of the domain, so that even if you bring a problem statement that is like completely different. For example, as I said, there are 3 tracks here: blockchain, AI, Gen AI. So they have people there, so it's always better for you. You can go in depth as well, so you can expect in depth questions as well from there. And coming to like how the environment was, it was a very competitive environment. You will find like all top tier colleges from there. During our times, it was VIT Vellore, IIT Kharagpur, whatnot. Like all top colleges will be there, and it's a very competitive environment, also supportive as well. Like there will be always Flipkart's team that will be that will be checking on you, how you are doing, and all those things. Yeah.
What exactly happened in the grand finale round, as you like?
Uh, yeah, so if I say the first thing was that we were directly sent. There's a training, like a kind of hall there. They do a proper setup. We are like each team is given a particular table. We sit there. Then a normal. It starts with an introductory speech of vice president or CPTOs. Someone from higher authority will come in and like start this session. Next is like round presentations. Each team will be announced. You will be given a 15 minutes time. 11 minutes are for like presenting whatever you have prepared. In that, you have to include your demo as well as your PPT and what problem you are trying to solve and the tech architecture. And last 4 minutes are for your question rounds. Like the judges will ask you questions. So you will have to properly manage all of those. That is very important, and because the time thing, like there will be a timer going on, and if you overboard that time, then there's a chance that your mark reductions might happen. So you'll have to do a proper practice for that. Finally,
Got
at
it.
the end at 5 p.m., you will get the result. So
So yeah, coming to the question, as you said that there are ways to get, opportunity, internship or full time opportunity. So what is that process? And what kind of interview rounds were there? And what's the level of difficulty in interviews? That is something I'd like to ask.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, there were like from grid, there are two ways you can get in. One is if you are disqualified at the round two itself, and one is that you have qualified till round three. So if you are like in the round two part, like you qualified round two, but like you eliminated and you didn't go into round three, then in that case, all the students who have like who were part of the round two, they will get an OA link from Flipkart. So all the people who qualify that OA link, you will be asked around three questions were asked. Like we didn't give this, but as far we know, three questions were asked where DP, graph, and trees were like. This is something you will notice that in all Flipkart interviews, they mostly ask around DP, tree, and graph. So the OAs was also around that only. Then next round is like there are Flipkart calls these rounds as PSDS round, problem solving and data structure round. So there for these people you will have two rounds of two these kinds of round. Each round is an elimination round. Next is finally an HM round. So HM round is hiring manager round. It's not exactly HR round, but a hiring manager round where you will be asked technical questions along with your internship experience. But you can also expect some behavioral type of questions as well. So this is one kind of hiring, and the other one is that we came in through. That is for the round three. So all the 9 teams that are selected, they are directly given a chance to sit for one PSDS round. And if you qualify that one PSDS round, you will directly get a chance to interview for the HM round. And then it's like you will get a PPI plus PPO. So it's not key. You'll have to complete the internship, and based on your performance, you will get offers. If you don't perform well, you won't be taken in. But it's like a PPO plus PPI offer. So you directly get a full time plus internship.
So 6 months internship plus full time
Plus full
opportunity.
time, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I think they've covered most of the things. Any final tips you think for someone who's going to give Flipkart Grid anything that comes to your mind from team selection to whatever?
Yeah, so I would just suggest ki take this as a hackathon. Don't like try to push yourself ki I have to do it, I have to do it. Enjoy it, and like you will realize ki the problem statements are really interesting. You will learn a lot of things here. And as Flipkart is kind enough to allow you to be part of this process, even if you are like if you qualify till round two as well. So I wouldn't say ki winning. Of course, winning should be your goal, but more than winning, try to learn new things. The problem statements are really interesting, and yeah, you can collaborate with your team. You will find some new competitive. This is a very good. Flipkart is a good platform to understand where you stand in development as well. So yeah, that.
So I think we've covered most of the things. If there's still some questions left, you can drop them in the comments below. I will also link the previous year questions as I mentioned, and I found another Medium article by your teammate only, Pratmesh. So there's a Medium article, so I'll link that too, so you can refer to that. And I'll also link Hrushikesh's LinkedIn profile. So if you have any questions, send him a connection request, and hopefully he'll accept it and answer your questions. So with that, thank you so much, Hrushikesh. I think, and yeah, since you have a flight tomorrow and still you came for this interview. Thank you so much. And I hope this will be very useful for everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me.